Today on Seattle Refined.
They're amazing. The waiter actually talked me into them.
Drop everything. It's National Tater Tot Day. Refined gets the scoop on the most tater-tastic tots in town. Then, almost too cute to eat.
It was like an overnight trend. It was crazy.
Social media is losing it over these sweet unicorn macaroons. And they're right here in Western Washington. And
Completely honest, it feels like you're in a club, but you're on a bike.
Refined's workout week gets sweaty and soulful at a gym that's taken the nation by storm. Seattle Refined starts now. Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, it's a little known fact, but today actually is National Tater Tot Day. We mean it. That's a real thing. Now, if it seems strange that anyone would need to set aside a day to enjoy the golden, crispy deliciousness of tater tots, you know what? We agree. But that didn't stop our Refined team from hitting the bricks to search for Seattle's top tots. Fortunately, no one knows tots better than Refined super eater John Prentice. First stop, Buckley's on Lower Queen Anne, where the tots, if you can believe it, are considered a healthy choice.
Sweet potato tots. It's just kind of a niche menu item, and probably we're one of the only ones in the city to carry it. There's a little bit of like brown sugar content to sweeten them up a little bit. Other than that, they're just deep fried.
All right, tell me about this sauce here. What's so special about it?
Chipotle Ranch is made in-house, and what happens is when you get the sweetness of the tater tot coupled with just a slight spice from the Chipotle Ranch, it's a really nice, spicy, sweet kind of flavor.
Our next stop, Lunchbox Laboratory in South Lake Union, where the tots are fried to perfection.
They're amazing. The waiter actually talked me into them.
A house specialty called Gavacho's Tachos.
So the tachos is our fried tots with mac and cheese, sour cream, Satan's Tears
assume that's pretty
ketchup.
hot.
Yep. And then bacon, chopped bacon, and green onions.
But the real highlight here may be the selection of tot toppings.
These are some of my favorite sauces, starting with our Papa's barbecue sauce. Very sweet at first, and then gets a little spicy. Following that, we got a jalapeno ranch, and then a black garlic truffle mayo. So black garlic, which is slow roasted over the course of a couple days, and our super gorgonzola spread, which has large chunks of gorgonzola cheese.
Hey, Prentice, don't fill up on all those tachos. We still have one more stop to make.
I think the tater tot is just that all-American deal.
This is Tyler. He's the executive chef at Radiator Whiskey on Pike Place Market, and he calls his tots dirty.
So we do sunny side up with the eggs, so it just barely cooks the white through, so the yolk is still really nice and runny. Put that right on top of the tots, and then we take hot gravy and pour it over the top, so it kind of scalds the top of the yolk. And then when it comes to the table, the first thing you want to do is cut right in the middle of it. All that yolk runs into the gravy, and it'll be dirty, delicious bowl of tots.
You know, I've never paired gravy with eggs before, but that is delicious.
They're so popular, they make about 150 orders every single night.
That is fantastic. Thanks, man.
Got it. Thank you.
Did we miss your top tots? Email us at hello@seattlerefined.com and let us know. From terrific tots to best bites. Refined.com foodie extraordinaire Naomi Tomke is at it again. She's back from Nashville and is sharing her favorite Music City meals and Seattle's best imitations. We're talking everything from hot chicken to biscuits and gravy. Check it out on seattlerefined.com. Refined superfoodie Frank Guanco just filed his latest report on where to eat fried rice in Seattle. From pork chop fried rice to fried rice and Dungeness crab, he's unearthed the best of the best. Check out the article on seattlerefined.com. Happy eating. Now that we've got you thinking about how much you want to eat, it's day 4 of Refined's workout week, and our next stop is sure to take you for a ride. Our Refined crew is sore and tired after workouts at Orange Theory, Pure Barre, and Ian Fitness. But no rest for the weary. When we heard that Soul Cycle opened up its first ever Northwest studio, we couldn't miss out.
It's like no other experience, really.
The Soul Cycle craze finally rode into Bellevue, and to workout buffs like Britt, it's kind of a big deal.
Soul Cycle is like the mother of all cycling classes.
SoulCycle is a full body and mind workout. So that just means like we ride to the beat of the music, we have fun. We like to call it like a dance party. You can probably hear some of the music in the background, a dance party on a bike.
Minus her workout partner in crime, Britt was still ready to take on SoulCycle for the first time.
I'm a little nervous to be by myself. Gina, poor thing, is sick after a workout week, so I'm riding solo at SoulCycle. This is the first one in the Pacific Northwest. I have friends in Los Angeles and in DC who do it and are obsessed with it.
It's safe to say Britt's instructor Earl also has a SoulCycle obsession.
I changed my whole life just for this company because I believe in it. I quit my 9-to-5 job. I was working in journalism actually, and so like I moved here just for SoulCycle because like it really just changed my life. It's like something you can't really explain, you kind of have to try it for yourself.
This is the pace that I want you on. Right, left. Right. All right, 9:30.
It feels like a club. I mean, to be completely honest, it feels like you're in a club, but you're on a bike. I loved it. The music made all the difference for me. I think that's what I really like about cycling in general. It's all about the playlist, and Earl had a great playlist. That was a workout, though. Like, your legs start kind of like slowing down as the songs go by. You are pretty packed in there, so you have to get used to it. I'm literally like right in front or right behind this other gal, and like my face is like right up against her booty. I didn't smell anyone bad, but I can see, again, you're like in a closed box with like a lot of people who are probably sweating their butts off. But, you know, who knows? I could have been the smelly one, for all I know. I think Gina would have liked it. I think she would have, she's a dancer, so I think she would have like really been like getting down on the bike. But she's sick at home in bed, but Gina, you missed out.
With Refine's workout week complete, Britt and Gina both deserve some much-needed rest. But first, we had to know how SoulCycle stacked up against the others.
I would say it's my second favorite. Ian Fitness is still number one, but I'd say this is my second favorite, and then Orange Theory, and then Pure Barre, just because I was really bad at it.
To learn more about SoulCycle and the other studios featured on Refine's Workout Week, just head to SeattleRefined.com. If you try them out, let us know what you think. Seattle Refined is just getting started.
An artistic outlet that is a bit unusual, but a lot of fun.
Playtime gets serious for local train fanatics. The obscene amount of time and money spent on this secret model train world. But first, just call her the Unicorn Whisperer. Meet a local woman creating a sensation with her mystical macaroons. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. We are always on the lookout for the eye-catching and unusual on this show, from the mystical to the mouth-watering. But we never thought we'd find all of those things in a single cookie. Behold, unicorn macaroons. Unicorn macaroons are the latest viral dessert trend taking social media by storm. Instagram pages filled with these colorful cookies started popping up a couple of months ago, and they're now the hot item to order right here at home.
It was like an overnight trend. It was crazy. All of a sudden on social media, all you see is unicorns. You see like meringues or like multicolored. They called it unicorn poop. Everything's like super sparkly. And I saw someone do macarons, and it inspired me to do my own.
Crystal Santos owns her own business called Crystal's Confections, selling macaroons.
I literally took like 6 months to perfect it, come up with all these crazy flavors. So that's basically how I got started, and people from there, it was mostly word of mouth. So it just got crazy. I never intended on selling them until people were like, no, you have to. I want to try that one. I want to try the Thai tea, the green tea flavors that you have.
She takes orders and also sells them in local shops. Every day she bakes 1,000 or more macaroons. About 200 of those are special order unicorn cookies.
I think mine are a little different because on some I do with the royal icing, and then I have some with flowers. I feel like all the ones I do kind of have different personalities. I get lash extensions, so when I drew them on, I thought of all the different styles of lashes I could do, and like some are gold painted. I actually did black ones, which I haven't seen people do yet, the black and gold with the multicolored. So I think that's what sets me apart from everyone else that's doing it.
Where do you hit it?
to release the air bubbles so that we don't get hollow macarons. Like, have you ever had like crunchy? That's not good.
Just like any traditional macaroon, these sweet French treats are light and crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside.
This is an Italian meringue, and I actually mix in Fruity Pebbles and marshmallow cream that I make.
There's no shortage of flavors. The macaroons also come in hazelnut crunch, strawberry cheesecake, s'mores flavor, and many, many more.
I just love making them because you can make them so pretty. You know, I think baking is an art, you know, like I think visually they look good, so that's why I like doing it. And I love it when people bite into it and they're like, oh my God, this is so good. This is like the best I've ever had.
To learn more about Unicorn Macaroons, log on to our website. One of the top shows on Broadway is coming to Seattle. Hamilton is scheduled to come to the Paramount Theater a year from now in February of 2018. The musical about founding father Alexander Hamilton has become a coveted ticket and received, get this, a record-setting 16 Tony Awards. For more information and to check out other upcoming shows at the Paramount, head to SeattleRefined.com. U2 fans may have finally found what they're looking for. The legendary band announced they will perform at Seattle's CenturyLink Field on May 14th. U2 will play songs from their 1987 classic album, The Joshua Tree, to celebrate its 30th anniversary. Coming up, who knew model trains could be so refined? Our mind is blown away by this tiny obsession. Here at Seattle Refined, we never get tired of hearing from you. Like us on Facebook, tweet us your story ideas, or shoot us an email telling us what you want to see on the show. You can find our inbox at hello@SeattleRefined.com. Seattle Refined will be right back. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, we all know winter is the season for skiing and ice skating, but did you know it's also prime model train season? Well, neither did we. Refined's John Prentice spent the day with some local enthusiasts who say model trains are anything but child's play.
How would you like to go for a relaxing scenic train ride without leaving the comfort of home? For model railroaders like Russ Segner, just a walk up the stairs brings you to a train lover's paradise, where the sun always shines and you can lose yourself in a tiny world of your own creation.
My layout is a mythical layout built in the Northwest in the 1930s. It's basically a logging railroad with some mines for ore.
Russ has been model railroading for more than 30 years and says his favorite part of the hobby is making his layout as realistic as he can.
This is a location called Ellerby Mines, and so that's scratch built, and so it loads ore into these cars.
And the realism isn't just cosmetic. When Russ and his friends run trains, they have a schedule to keep.
Now this is a pretty serious hobby if it involves paperwork. What's going on here?
Well, this is designed to keep us on track, so to speak, in terms of determining which cars get picked up and where they're moved to.
Logs, ore, and boxcars carrying who knows what needs to make its way across the 45 scale miles of track to a specific place at a specific time, hopefully without any trains running into one another.
It's kind of like a big jigsaw puzzle. It's a great time.
We try to follow prototypical practices and do what real railroads do. There's only one track. You have to not be on it at the same time.
And sometimes they run late. You're here at the lumber mill and you're waiting on someone else's train, right?
Yeah, and some guy came in with a video camera and messed up the whole schedule here.
What's the penalty for blocking someone else's train?
The whole railroad kind of comes to a stop because nobody can get by you onto their next destination or next assignment.
Do you have to pick up the tab for lunch?
No, that was our pay today. The boss that owns the layout, he bought our lunch.
This layout is pretty awesome, but I don't think that my wife would give me this much space.
If you don't have an entire room or a basement or a garage that you can devote to model railroading, modular railroading is another way to go. We build our layouts in pieces that are about 2 feet by 4 feet or so, and then we take them to various venues and assemble them. If you have space for a card table, you can work on your layout.
Do you hear that, honey? That could be just the ticket. John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
The United Northwest Model Train Show and Marketplace happens February 25th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe. For more information, check out our website. We'll be right back. But first, this Seattle Refined shareable moment.
What is that, Mama? You're a pretty girl.
Our neighbor is a landscaper, and he was cutting down a tree, and they fell out. He just left them in a box at our door because he knows that I want to be a veterinarian.
It was hard. We have to start feeding them like every 4 hours, make sure that they go poop and pee with cotton, wet cotton. We have to rub their belly. No, it was tough.
I always can tell which one's which by their tails, the width of their head. They all have like different personalities.
And it's amazing. They know who you are by the smell. The sense of the smell that they have is just incredible. As much as I love them, I also made the choice to let them go because now they have the both worlds. You know, they can get to sleep with us and hang out with us, but as well they can go outside and be free. Yeah, they'll pass out. They'll just spread open, almost like they were drinking all night. It's just so funny. They're part of the family, what can I tell you? We love them.
The Academy Awards will be presented later this month right here on Como ABC. The contenders this year are led by the musical La La Land, which landed a record-tying 14 nominations, matching the classics Titanic and All About Eve.
I don't know what you came to do, but I want to do it with you.
Other top nominees are Moonlight, Fences, and Manchester by the Sea.
I don't understand.
Which part are you having trouble with?
Well, I can't be his guardian.
Well, your brother provided for your nephew's upkeep. I think the idea was that you would relocate.
We'll have much more Oscar coverage coming up this month on Refined. And mark your calendars for the ceremony, February 26th. It's going to be must-see TV. Welcome back to Refined. Now here's one to noodle. It's sort of a rags to ramen story. A Northwest man is making a name for himself internationally for his ramen ratings. Seattle Refined's Lindsay Cohen shows why he's big in Japan and beyond.
Tucked inside a tiny Kenmore apartment, a place that's part test lab, part taste workshop. It's here that Hans Lenisch spends much of his time, turning a passion into practically a profession.
Everybody knows me as the ramen raider.
His love for ramen became a revenue maker when Lenisch began writing reviews. He photographs the products, cooks them in his kitchen, and gives an honest opinion. So far, he's penned more than 2,000 write-ups in 14 years.
What's really happened was the instant noodle companies noticed me. It was then that I started thinking, well, gee, there's got to be something profitable in this for me.
It became not only profitable, but powerful. So much so that a noodle company across the globe has those wall clocks for places like Paris, New York, and this hometown.
London, Tokyo, that, Kenmore, Washington. I'm like, sweet, you know, it's Kenmore.
The Kenmore man realized he was big in Japan and elsewhere when one country didn't make his annual top 10 list.
They're very, very, very proud of their instant noodles over there, and I ended up on pretty much every channel.
Lenisch now spends his days channeling his inner Anthony Bourdain. But unlike most other food critics, he relies on taste more than on sight. He's legally blind.
The broth is nice and thick.
Not bad for the Rocky of ramen, a heavyweight in the world of instant noodles.
It's kind of a way to travel with my taste buds to different countries when I have trouble traveling. So it's pretty cool.
In Kenmore, I'm Lindsay Cohen for Seattle Refined.
Lenisch isn't satisfied with just being a noodle critic. He's actually working on his own line of instant noodles. All right, that's a wrap on today's show. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.